Welcome to another riveting installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, supplement engineer. Joining me, as always, is my international cavalcade of companions, Lukasz, Rytkowski, Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology, Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition, and broadcasting live from the depths of Carolina's house, Shane Smith, Stack.com. Welcome, my friends, one and all. It's good to see your lovely faces after a brief hiatus last week. For listeners tuning in on live stream, hit us up with any comments, questions, queries, quips, smartass remarks you might have for us today. We'll get to anything and everything over the course of the next, 60, 90, 120 minutes, however long you guys want to put up with us. We'll be here with you. Gentlemen, it's good to see your faces. I almost started to miss you. Almost, just a little bit.
Don't exaggerate. You can miss Shane.
It's been a while.
Yes. Welcome, Chris. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from, what other questions, or if anything caught your eye at the Arnold Supplement Expo, and if you went to that. What's up, John? Shane, give us a recap of how the Expo was in person. I heard some things like some people said the turnout was better. Some said the Expo floor was kind of bare bones compared to in times past, but it was good to have it back. So you were a man on the ground there.
There were a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the like in terms of brands, there weren't many.
So not as many booths, you're saying?
There were a lot of booths. I mean, there were not as many booths, but also I think the percentage of those booths that were actually supplement brands was also a lot smaller.
Yeah.
I told a lot of people there was like a fudge company. It wasn't like a protein fudge. It was just like straight fudge.
Weird.
Yeah. So it was a little bit, and there was like a dollar store kind of thing, like a knickknacks place.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really like the usual bodybuilding, supplements, clothing. It was just, kind of like a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this always tells me that they're trying to fill up the space. Remember?
Yeah.
I remember like back in the days, for example, when we were like attending to Body Power, and they didn't have that much, exhibitors. They were trying to fill up the void, so they used everything that was possible, just to like fill up the empty room. So or like
what though? I met Hector Lopez at Expo West. I was going to breakfast, and he was just like, "Hey man, it's good to see you not on camera." And I was like, "Oh, that's right, you're the dude who watches the show." And he's like, "Dude, I watch it every Saturday." He was saying it's like it's at the same time as his daughter's training or practice or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, you're like one of the 3 people that listen, so it's cool to meet someone in person.
Hey man, it's good to know that we take priority over his daughter, like him watching his daughter practice. We've superseded that, so that's a good thing. We're making moves in the world.
Yeah, I was like, man, it must be really boring to watch if you listen to us instead of.
And he also comments, which is like another plus.
Yeah, man. John missed the show last week. Alex, Shane, I like your new crib.
Oh, nice. Carolina's got a piano.
I see that. We got to be careful what we say. She's going to come on the show and kick our asses.
She's going to be like, "Oh my God, what have you done to the place? It's fantastic."
Yeah. Great to see you guys again. Well, we're glad to be back. Chris reminds everybody, don't forget to tickle the like button. Just cup it, tickle it, and then make sure you do that.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, y'all. What's up, Simon? Jojo. Hey, guys. Tuning in from delivering Amazon. Your everyday Santa. We appreciate the hard work, Jojo. It's not easy, I imagine that. No Redcon, no Gaspari, no Animal Booth from Sean at Sup Talk. I don't think, based off, Arnold shooting his mouth off last year, Singerman is a pretty staunch supporter of all things America, so it wouldn't surprise me that Redcon's not participating.
Ever again, probably.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I was talking with another brand owner this week, and there's no ROI on it for at least if you've got a reasonably decent brand or like a reasonable name or an even e-commerce following or something, there is no return on investment for a brand. You've got to pay thousands of dollars to transport all your goods there. You've got thousands of dollars for the booth space. thousands of dollars for the hotel and lodging accommodations and the food for your staff. That all goes in there. And then you got to pay to move all that shit out that doesn't go. Plus you're selling it probably at a markdown. You're not selling it at the $70 price tag that you're selling it on your website, or the $60 price tag. You're probably discounting it because you don't want to have to ship it all and take it all back with you. So I don't understand.
But the thing
why
is
even brands do it.
let's be honest, ROI on the booth was never a thing. It doesn't exist.
No.
Unless you're selling, I think, which surprises me, that Gasp didn't really do booth for many, many years at the Olympia or the Arnold Classic. But when you sell clothes, I know Atomics was killing it at the Olympia every year and at the Arnold Classic and Gasp as well, because people want to get discounted clothes, especially when something is very expensive like Gasp. Then yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I myself bought Gasp a couple of times because it was a lot cheaper, and it definitely, it worked that way. But other than that, like if a brand is a multi-million, if it's a multi-million-dollar brand, then yeah, it makes sense. Because I don't know if it makes sense. It's more like, well, fuck you kind of a thing. You know what? We can do it. We can afford it, and we're doing it. It's tax deductible to an extent. But for any brand, that is making, I don't know, $1 million or less, or 2 million, or even 5 million in sales, that's not a lot of money, based on margins and everything else, how the brands are operating, especially in today's competitive market. So why would you get a booth? You're not going to get the crappiest booth, because the crappiest booth is still probably about $10,000. So now you're not going to get the most expensive booth, because the most expensive one can go as high as 200, 300,000. So now you're looking at the booth that is, say, average. Average is going to be $20,000 to $50,000 at least. And then on top of it, you have to fly everybody in, because you got to have a team. You got to pay for a hotel. You got to pay for a flight. Are you really going to sell a lot of tubs of protein? I mean, that's unlikely. You have Memorial Day sales, Black Friday sales, and whatnot, and it's shipped right to your door. So what is the point? Advertising? You don't need to advertise, because you advertise also online. All your news, everything comes out on social media. So it makes no sense. I mean, I can't see these expos, especially considering that, whoever is running these expos is so fucking greedy, and the prices have been going up every year.
Yeah.
And, I remember when Apollon started, we said, like, you know what, next year we'll do it. We got to it. It was like, it's not worth it. Then next year we got to do it. And then I was like, no, not really. Not only that, the brand owners became very, very smart, and they know you can have all the fucking meetings in the world around the expo, because everybody is there, and you don't have to pay a dime. Just go to a local Starbucks, have yourself a cup of coffee, and and you have $1 million deal you can work out absolutely no problem. Plus, at the expo, it's very, very noisy. You can't really talk over there anyway. So I don't see a point. Like, I really like maybe visiting for fun, but other than that, I mean, there is no ROI, and I think everybody knows it at this point, that you're not going to sell shit.
Yeah.
I remember, like, back in the days, or even like when we were doing, like, the FIBO meetings, like 90% of the major deals were taken at the hotel, not at the event. But many brand owners were like coming to the show, and they were just like booking a hotel room close to the expo, and basically scheduling a meetings with distributors, partners, and so on. So that's basically how it works. So yeah, I fully agree with you. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with Lars about it, because the FIBO will be taking place like in a few months. And we were like,
Wait. Few months? It's not in April?
yeah, it's in there.
Was it April 6th?
Oh, okay.
It's in April, but yeah, but not many companies are coming, to the show. As a matter of fact, I was like talking with few other brand owners, and yeah, it's not looking good.
And again, I mean, they're just charging way too much money. They're very, very difficult. I mean, as far as I know, I heard some nightmares, like, to work with these people. It's very difficult, And again, the expenses are too high, and they're not taking into consideration that a lot of companies have taken a huge hit right now. And
Yeah.
and you're thinking about it like, okay, our brand is a small brand, so we're not going to do it. We're going to do it in a year or two. We get to like a higher level. Oh, you know what? We're growing anyway. I mean, maybe we'll do it in a year or two. And then you're thinking something substantial. Well, maybe when we cross $1 million in sales, maybe then we'll do it. And you still go like, nah. And then you win something like brand of the year. Like, it's time because we have arrived. Let's do it. And like,
Yeah.
nah, still won't do it. It's just I can't justify it. I think it's just way too much money, and there are so many things that you can do with the brand investing. Like, I figured out for us to go, I would say probably $50,000. I'm just going on a limb and say 50,000, and that is not a lot. Probably $50,000. We can do so much with that fucking money.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that the more you grow, the more you realize that you can put this money into like other investments instead of like, taking part of a event and just like, blowing out, let's say like 50K or something, just for the staff or like other things, just like for a few days. While on the other hand, you can put this money like into like some kind of like silent project. Or, for example, pay Shane, for like a sweet fat review. So yeah.
You can always pay him for brand of the year.
Yeah, always.
Shane, do we get to split that advertising revenue that you've got up for the Zoa right there? We're going to split that advertising revenue 4 ways.
The Rock's gonna advertise? You think he's gonna advertise with me after my first review? Yeah, sure. Hey Shane, you took a dump on my first drink. Let me give you some money to review my second one. No.
If he's a man, he would.
Hold on. You said good things about his second drink.
No, that's the second drink is actually really good. But I'm just saying, why would he pay me anything? Not that I would have, like, not that we do pay.
Dude, slow down.
Why would he come to me?
I can't understand.
Why would he go, hey Shane,
I know you hated my first one. Here, take my second one, and I'll give you some money. You were so nice the first time around.
Yeah.
But this new one, the new one is good. It's a lot better. Sridhar,
There you go.
my man.
Sure. Like and subscribe from Sridhar. Yes. Like and subscribe to the Supplement Engineer YouTube channel and my newsletter where you get exclusive information and article insights on why Hooperzine shouldn't be in pre-workouts. Lovely, lovely extensive article that I just wrote this week on that. Shameless plug. The link is down below.
On that topic of Expos, I think it's more of an experience thing with a lot of brands
these days. Like, they just kind of got to go to make a splash, make some noise. You're not probably going to get your ROI. I think organizers need to probably bring up the value a bit more. But like I said, I was at Expo West, and it's a whole different game. Like, it was more crowded there than the Arnold, but that's an industry-only expo, so everyone there
is some sort of store, retailer, distributor, some sort of partner. So, like, I can understand spending some amount at the Arnold versus there is going to be more beneficial because you actually get partnerships, deals with people you're reaching, people that aren't necessarily consumers and stuff.
But they seem to have a shitload of people and brands, so it's polar opposite to the Arnold.
Is anybody else getting some weird feedback from Shane's microphone in their ears? Like when he's talking, it sounds like a robot sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool, so I'm not saying anything.
Audio is.
Lukasz.
Are you using that Polish internet? Is that what's going on?
Shane, you got my message?
Shit, now I have to stare at Zoa? Fuck.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Sandeep. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brooke. I was surprised to see so many people buy Zoa at Costco.
I don't know it's at Costco.
Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, I saw it at our local grocery store. Shane is all sorts of messed up. The curse of Zoa. That I would agree. Well, see, that's what Shane gets for not using his high quality microphone. Lord Robot of the Shire. And everyone also make sure to like and subscribe for Stack 3D updates to get them in your inbox for cutting, bleeding edge supplement industry related news.
How about now?
Yes.
Much better.
Boom.
There you go. Thank you for addressing those issues.
I just couldn't be bothered, so I was like, maybe I should be bothered.
It was chopping so much, man.
That's better.
I got a better one for you.
Oh no.
No, wait, I got one coming. Don't worry. Give me a bit.
Thoughts on Glaxon flight, gentlemen? Shane, you've run this before, haven't you?
Yeah, man, I liked it.
Flight? Yeah. Lucas, have you run it?
It's one of those mystery products.
Yeah.
Like 4 bottles.
Yeah. Give a little bit of a detailed recap of what you may have noticed, anecdotally or real world experiences of what the two of y'all have for individual experiences. I mean, we can go through the ingredient stuff, but let's get some actual tangible effects on the any perceived benefits you feel like you may have gained from it.
It was mostly recovery for me.
For
Recovery
me,
in what way? Less soreness? Like you just felt stronger the next morning afterwards? You weren't as
Just a
fatigued
little
the next
more
morning?
like refreshed, revitalized, re-energized the next day. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Sort of like if I did like a back day, leg day, chest day, my maximums will likely be hit on the first day, maybe on the second day, but by the third day, my energy systems are just shot to shit, and I can't, like, the output is just, I'm not able to pump out as much as I would have. Like, if you could change those 3 days around, but still the first and second would be good, and the third might be a bit lagging.
Yeah.
I found on flight, very similar to Anomaly, just my output and my ability to kind of recover and perform as good as I did the day before was much higher. It's I can't gauge the soreness thing because like the soreness thing, like it's very difficult to say like, oh, I wouldn't have been sore if I didn't have this, but
Yeah.
you might have like slept longer, you might have slept less, and you might have hurt, you might have done something you hadn't done before, you might have. There's a number of factors. Like I wasn't sore, or I didn't have any aches or soreness anyway. But when I get enough sleep and eat right, that's not usually a problem anyway. So
Lucas?
you know what? I was, that I'm tracking everything with my Fitbit. So from my standpoint, I've noticed improvements in sleep. So the REM sleep as well as the deep sleep improved a lot, and I mean a lot. And also I had the crazy dreams when I was on it. When I woke up every morning, I felt like really good, really refreshed, and also I had how can I say a big dick pumps, I would say. So every morning I was hard like a motherfucker. Plus, I also what I've noticed was the increase in erections. So that was something cool.
I've heard that from a couple of people. I've heard that same feedback.
I'm just being honest. I'm not messing around here. I'm just like stating my opinion. So I'm just like telling you guys what I've experienced in it. So that was like something weird, but it was very pleasant. So I'm not gonna complain. What else? And also, even when I had like a very busy days, I had like lots of like work. I had like lots of movements, plus a strainless training sessions at the gym. I never felt like I was like how can I say? I felt like sluggish or anything like that. Every morning I was ready to go. So that was something cool, and I felt like $1,000,000, especially with these erections. So, yeah. I'm very curious how's it gonna work with the anomaly. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna give it a shot.
Eric brings up a very poignant comment. TMI, Lucas. TMI.
He's honest.
Lucas must be having more lion's mane.
I woke up this morning and the first thing that came to mind, I was like, I'm curious how Lukas's erection is.
I mean, he is older. It tends to go downhill when you get older. So I mean, it's good.
Bro,
It's good to know that he's still young and virile.
Hey.
In my age, every day counts. In my age, every day counts.
Sups on deck. Hey, Robbie, how are donations going? How do you feel about the support from the industry or lack of support from the industry? What is your take on the situation?
Oh fuck.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Shane has witnessed, the whole thing that is going on with Apollon and everything firsthand. It's been, it's been. I mean, I said it before. It's been very, very stressful. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to say it's stressful because while I'm sitting here, there are people who are dying. So it's obviously very close to heart. I mean, this is something that's been kind of like stressing me more and more, and it seems like I kind of have been having. I've been having like a Schindler's List kind of, like Oscar Schindler at the end of Schindler's List when he says, this could have saved one more and this one could have saved one more. So I'm experiencing that kind of effect myself, where it seems like we are doing a lot. There are trucks that are going out, and we're doing the best we can. But at the end of the day, it seems like nothing is enough. Every time you see those images, and you realize that it's just we can do more, and I think like we should be doing more, because you can't disregard the fact that people are losing their homes, and I've been losing friends over this. I mean, question is if they were friends in the first place. But this is not something that I promised myself, that despite having a reputation for somebody who is very outspoken, I felt like many times I was a coward who would not say the right thing, because sometimes we try to please everybody, but not anymore. I mean, I told even my close people that are close in my life, I'm not going to hold back on this one. As long as I see people are dying, I'm going to appreciate those that are coming to help, and I'm going to fucking torch everybody who's going to capitalize on people's misery. And I have been seeing this. So to answer the question, number one, I want to thank the three of you. Shane's been very, very, very supportive, understanding with everything. And, that's, I guess, what you expect from a friend. Robert has reached out to me and has reached out to Kay. And I'm very proud to call you a friend. And it really means a lot, that you reached out and asked how to help and to contribute. I mean, Lukasz, well, it's probably not just Lukasz, but the entire Polish nation, what they've been doing for the country is, I'm fucking choking on because Polish people, they're running a risk being attacked by this fucking monster, and they literally don't give a fuck. They've been stepping up better than United States, and that's a fact. I know that American viewers might not like what I'm saying right now, because I am American myself, and I'm proud to be American. But you know what? All this patriotism and all this talk is cheap. Do what Polish people are doing. Step the fuck up and do something, rather than talk and fucking have meetings and discuss how to help and what to help. Because, despite the fact that, Putin is a fucking psychotic Nazi, NATO and United States have played part in fucking making him a little bit angrier, so to speak. And everybody should be accountable for what has happened. But the problem is nobody is willing to take responsibility. In terms of, Apollon members, friends, and people that are reaching out, I just told the story to Shane this morning, how a lady, a friend of ours, who is not really wealthy by any means, has left an envelope full of cash at the gym. And even though we stated many times we don't take money because we don't want people to even think that that money might go elsewhere. We're not a charity. We're not we're not the Red Cross or anything like that. We're just we just stepped up and did what probably everybody should be doing. But we ship as much as we can. We do as much as we can, and people have stepped up, bringing bags and bags and bags of goods. Calling, texting, asking how they can help. In terms of the industry, I mean, of course, besides the three of you, Alex, of course, put up this great offer to donate one of his paintings, one of his arts to to people who have been actively donating. He's been messaging me how he can help. He's been annoying the shit out of me, to be honest, but in a good way, because Alex really, really cares. And Doug Petrinato, the owner of DPS, has sent boxes and boxes and boxes, has called us, has kept us on the phone, offering how he can help. I mean, Doug is a great guy and a great friend. So of course, that goes without saying that I'm not surprised. Castle Subs from Australia, they've been absolutely amazing. James has been very, very helpful. Of course, Jake from ASC Nutri Cartel, Patrick from Aris Nutrition, Natural Body. Steve has been checking on us all the time, asking how he can help and what he can do. With some of those people, I didn't have the best of relationships, I'll admit, but you really see people's true colors in the time of need. Some people, I've seen a very, very ugly side of them. I have seen people that are capitalizing on people's misery and trying to sell more and make profit off, by pushing products and, donating a certain small amount, but we know what's really behind it. I'm not going to call out anyone. Those that have done it, they know who they are. And I'm asking nicely for now, stop doing it, because I will call you out, and I'm not going to hesitate for a split second. Some of the jokes have been very, very inappropriate as well. But at the same time, I want to say, you know what? A few people reached out to me. Again, Eric Schwartz, who's been amazing. He stopped by the gym and dropped off a lot of stuff and asked how he can help. But few people messaged me because they saw a post by Ryan, fitness informant, that he's donating his Fit Butters, about 10 cases. And, and people were wondering, what do I think about it, considering that Ryan and I don't see eye to eye on many things. And I'm going to say this, it doesn't really fucking matter. He stepped up, he reached out to me, despite the fact that I haven't said really many flattering things about him. But yet, he reached out to me. He asked to put our differences aside, and he wanted to do something to contribute. And, he shipped up 10 cases. We're expecting them sometimes early next week. And all I can say to Ryan is thank you, because, I really appreciate it. It takes somebody, who cares to step up and do the right thing. On the other hand, I've seen some jokes that they don't sit well with me. I have tagged few people from the industry. And asking them to, just not necessarily to contribute or donate. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to donate. It's unnecessary. It's nice if you do, but you don't have to. But even if you're using your platform, and some of us have thousands and thousands and thousands, sometimes 100,000s of followers, just say the fucking thing like no war. Justin Hall reached out to me. He did say like he supports and stuff like that, but he said something that kind of like made me raise an eyebrow, where he said, well, we don't know, like American people don't know about the conflict and stuff like that. And I've heard few people saying it. What the fuck do you want to know? What do you want to know? You want to know about politics? Do you really give a shit about politics? Just go online. Go. I'm posting nonstop. I'm posting about this more than I post about, Apollon or my family or my friends. Go ask fucking Lukasz. He'll tell you, because he sees those people all the time. He probably hears the Ukrainian language now more than he hears Polish language. Go ask. You don't need to do research. You don't need to know about politics. The bottom line is people are losing their homes. They're losing their lives. That's all you need to know. And this should never, ever, ever happen in the 21st century. There is no excuse for it. I don't give a fuck if somebody calls you a motherfucker, if somebody pissed on you, came on your face. There is no fucking reason for you to go and hurt somebody and take their lives. No reason whatsoever. So there is nothing for you to know. All you have to do is just open your fucking eyes. And I'm going to say it and nobody's going to fucking stop me. I'm especially upset with Mark Glazer. So Mark, if you're listening to it, shame on you. Because I tagged you to this. Your company manufactures vitamins and necessities that could help. Yet you're posting that you want a fucking raffle for $500 and not donating it to those in need. That's what you're doing and you're bragging about it. A raffle that you won. I tagged you. At least you could do the courtesy and answer my fucking tag, or at least text me or message me. But on the same day, you're fucking posting a video, a 60-year-old man using nunchucks. You Bruce Lee. I understand. You're proud of it. But there are a lot bigger things in life than nunchucks. I know you want to show off. Well, fucking, I don't know, fucking spar me or fight me and let's donate money to those in need. I mean, it's going to be a little bit more beneficial than showing off your skills that nobody gives a shit about. That's the bottom line. People should do something. The only way to stop a war, or the only way to bring awareness is by fucking saying something. You don't need to spend $1. You don't need to do anything. All you have to do is take a fucking example from Polish people, from Hungarian people, Romanian, and people that actually give a fuck, and those even that live in the United States. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to do anything. You know, our industry is bragging about how great of a product we release and how much we do and what great we do. But the bottom line is, well, fuck you. You know, contribute something, do something, show a little bit of respect, show a little bit of humility that you actually care about somebody more than just about your fucking pocket. Because that's the only way. I reached out to a friend of mine who is in Ukraine yesterday, and I said, I feel like a fucking coward sitting here. I would rather probably go there. And he said, you know what? You don't have to come here. Just do what you've been doing. Just talk about this. Just bring awareness to this. That's all we need. We need to close the sky so they stop fucking bombing us. That's all we need. But yet we're making fun of it. Yet, there are jokes about it. You know, why? Because it doesn't concern us. It does concern us. It concerns us because tomorrow that fucking psychotic prick is going to throw bombs on Poland. And from Poland, he's going to do it on Germany. And from Germany, it's going to go to the United States. And we end in a World War III because nobody is stopping or doing anything. We all talk the big talk. Fucking, you know what? Show something. Do something. Contribute. So, people from the industry did reach out to me. So to those that did, thank you so much. Because all it takes is just fucking reach out and say fucking something. I mean, even here, the list. Sean, Simon, Alexander, all these guys have been nothing but amazing and asking how they can help, what they say, what can they do. We all have platforms. Imagine if all of us post something. Imagine how much we were going to be able to achieve. Can we stop Putin? Probably not. But at least we won't be ashamed to look our children in the eyes, knowing that we attempted to do something, rather than just fucking moving along and not doing anything. I apologize if I'm a little bit too passionate about this, but again, this is something that's a little bit close to heart, and I can't let this go because it's eating me alive.
Muted myself again. No, Robbie, you're entitled to get as worked up as you want to. I mean, this is a platform to speak on your thoughts on anything. We don't restrict anything here. Being the fact that you're from Ukraine and your wife is, and a lot of the Apollon family is in that whole region of the world. I mean, it would be I don't know if irresponsible is the right word, but it would be callous of us to just completely escape over it. And I understand we're a place that we don't get political or on a lot of those things for a good reason, because most of the time people get their fill of all that from other avenues. So we tend to just focus on supplements, sports nutrition, fitness, that kind of stuff, or Lucas's erections. But with something like this, that it kind of hits home, where it's our family that's getting affected, and like I consider you guys family. So with that, there's extenuating circumstances with all of this.
I
So,
appreciate that. And like I said, you know what? Again, I'm sitting here in New Jersey, and I see what you guys see. I see, only social media. I see what's on, what the excess that we have. Yes, I do talk to some people, but I mean, nobody sees it better than Lukasz does. Lukasz, how many people you see speaking Ukrainian language? I mean, Poland is. What's the population of Poland?
I really don't know how much people we have, but since last month, it definitely increased. So we got like a lot of people. Nowadays, so many Ukrainians, migrated to our country, this past month, and they're coming, and more people are coming. So we are trying to allocate them in safe spots. We also try to provide, not only the older people, a safe place to stay, but also, most of all children, a place to live, to educate themselves, because they need to like go to schools, they need to like live their lives, before they can go back home. And I don't know if they can, go back there, if there will be like, there will be basically nothing, nothing to go to, So from what I've heard, the bombings are increasing, and my government right now is working with other countries, as far as like support. As you probably can heard, we talked with some major countries about providing Ukrainian army our um, you know air supply, because we got some MiGs that can kick ass, but we can't give them away to Ukrainian other, because otherwise Russians can treat this as our influence, and that way they can attack us. But the thing with Polish people is that we we don't give a fuck, and we don't care about that. So if Putin wants to attack us, go ahead, fucker. But that will be the last word that he will say, because we may be a smaller country that he is, but we dealt with this country back in the days, and we won the war, not him. So that's my 2 cents.
man, is there any direct access that Chris is asking to help the refugees going to Poland? Is there anything
You
y'all
know what?
recommend?
There are some organizations that you can donate money to their accounts. If you want, then in the next show I can try to recommend the best ways to donate cash. But right now, on top of my head, I'm not gonna provide any follow-ups or any info. So give me 1 week, and I can provide this, or we can after this show will be posted on YouTube. Robert can pin up some stuff, some details, from my side. So yeah,
Thank you, Lukasz.
no worries.
Yes, please. Thank you. You got it, Chris. I'll make sure to post a link in the show notes when this gets finished, or I'll pin the comment after the video goes live.
Chris, I think you got my Facebook, so you can reach out to me directly. I also see what I can do, and we can chat.
It's not really a smooth transition away from that, but we're just going to make a hard cut. Justin, thoughts on Amentoflavone? that's an ingredient that doesn't get used all that often. I think the first time I saw it was in one of the pump supplements from SAN or Man Sports, maybe. Basically, it's a little alkaloid that's in a couple of different plants, including ginkgo biloba and St. John's wort. It acts as a PDE inhibitor, which is the same mechanism through which things like sildenafil, Cialis, Viagra, those things work to enhance blood flow. It also acts as kind of an antidepressant and anxiolytic, so that means it helps reduce stress and depressive symptoms and things like that. The issue is that it's got terrible bioavailability and it's not water soluble. So, including it in a powder supplement, not really that great unless you have some kind of carrier with it. You encapsulate it in some kind of medium to help facilitate better absorption in the body. I don't think it's all that effective, especially if you're trying to compare it to something like sildenafil or Cialis or Viagra or something like that. It's just, no. It can be a good support ingredient in the same way like S7 would be a good pump support ingredient. It shouldn't be the headlining pump ingredient in your formula or something complex with a couple of other things. Yeah, sure. But citrulline, nitrosogene will kick Amentoflavone's ass, in my opinion. So, any other thoughts, gents? Or have y'all ever heard of it, used it, anything like that?
I started one supplement. I'm trying to remember who used it. Fuck. Yeah, I actually came across it recently. I actually had to look it up where it was, but it was like recently. I know a couple, maybe weeks, months ago.
SNS has it as a standalone.
No, it was part of the formula. What would you say a dosage on that? Well, it doesn't really matter because, I mean, as a standalone, it's probably useless.
Yeah, I mean, the bioavailability is just so low. I'm trying to see. Let's see. SNS sells a 200 milligram extract of Solanginella tamaracina extract, 20% Amentoflavone, so that's 40 milligrams of active Amentoflavone. Is it in? Does Morphogen use it in something?
I don't remember it in the pump pre-workout, but I could be wrong.
Might be in one of their caps, I thought. Pump capsules, yeah. Amento Pump branded Amentoflavone. It's in Morpho Pump. Pull it up real quick. Here we go. Amento Pump branded Amentoflavone 200 milligrams. So it's an extract. It doesn't say what the standardization of Amento Pump is. I'm assuming it's maybe around 20 or 30%. Yeah, it's a good also ran, but it's not a headlining ingredient by any means, in my opinion at least. If somebody can show me some other data, I'm willing to change my opinion, but until I see that, then, Sandeep, better form of magnesium supplements. Magnesium bisglycinate, or so like the chelated magnesiums, so the Trax magnesium bisglycinate chelate, magnesium citrate, and magnesium L-threonate. Any of those three forms will be good. Avoid magnesium oxide because it's got 5 to 10% bioavailability, so it's shit.
And if you want some shit, go with the citrate.
Yeah, take a big old helping of magnesium citrate. You'll be
yeah, if you got constipation, definitely works.
Yeah. Logan, if you do take it, I would take it with other flavones since they fight for metabolism, which results in more bioavailability for them all. That's what I do now for Oroxalin A. It's a good point. That's why that goes to that whole thing why you look at some of the bioavailability or the uptake studies on something like pure EGCG versus green tea extract that has EGCG in it plus all the other fun little bioactives. There's better bioavailability and uptake from the whole plant extract than there is to some of these isolated alkaloids. So that's a really good point there, Logan. Sup Talk Radio. Any hints on the new release this week?
Robic, I think this question is for you.
It's not anti-aging, so it's not going to help him anyway.
You should release some dick pills, especially for Sean.
We actually had this conversation.
It's funny, right?
Yeah. You could call it Sean Special.
Oh. That will be nice.
What are you eating, Shane?
Bro, I also could bring some snacks if you could give me some heads up.
I'm eating it right now. Yeah, this is the new flavor of the 321 collagen bar. They got 2 flavors coming out.
And is it good?
Tastes fucking amazing. This is not really like the dessert style flavor. They had the other ones are more desserty. I can't say what they are, but I mean, it's delicious either way. It was very similar to the AP one, but I'd say a little more moist. The AP regimen one.
Speaking of, did you grab a lot of samples when you were at the show?
At the Arnold,
Yeah.
dude, the Arnold was like, it was pretty weak. But again, Expo West, like, because it's industry, they weren't, like, you know, at the supplement expos, you'd go up and it would be, take one, move along, take one, move along. Dude, Expo West was just beautiful. They had, like, there was a Quest booth. There were ladies just putting boxes into their bags. There was, like, a keto jelly. And, like, so there was, like, a food end. And then there was a beverage CPG side. So I was, like, chilling with the sports nutrition ingredients. And whenever I was hungry, I'd just rock over and grab myself some plant-based meat, some carb-free bread, and just didn't unbuy any meals. I was just eating Quest chips, and the plant-based stuff was pretty funny because it's kind of like an alternative foods expo as well. So
Yeah.
like, there's no normal stuff like everything has its own little twist to it. Kind of like like I said, like there'll be cheesecake, but it's organic cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
There was pasta. There was meatballs, but it's plant-based meatballs, and so yeah, Mike Tyson was there.
So basically, it's like Expo with like a whole lot of innovations.
Yeah, so like, and
It's
like
not
we
like
had,
it's not like a standard product,
No.
right?
but like the
Yeah.
ingredients were all the way at the back, and it was
Mhm.
like just a mountain of different ingredient companies, all of which, like some of which I was familiar with, but many I hadn't even seen before or heard of. And they were like, but the
Oh, so
first, it was bigger than FIBO. Let's put it this way:
Oh, okay.
if you can imagine the FIBO 2 floors,
Mm-hmm.
that's the size of one of their floors, and then
Oh.
downstairs was the beverage and snacks, so like keto, plant-based, very little protein stuff. There were some supplement brands, but more like mainstream lifestyle, like Orgain was there, Zao Nutrition, Ancient Nutrition, more of your like upbeat modern ones.
Yeah.
But Ezekiel bread was there. I never tried it. I just remember Jay Cutler
Weird.
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really-
my everyday.
Whenever I was hungry, I would just, because Ezekiel was right beside Quest, so I'd grab a bag of Quest chips, and then they had like a station where you could get, they had the bread with banana and raspberries,
Oh,
they
damn.
had cheese and flatbread, and then they had the bagel with like some bacon. So I just did circles each station. I did like 2-3 laps until I was full, and then I'd just go back to work. I probably wasn't there for the reason that everyone else was, but
Probably
you know.
not.
And the Quest chips, like each time I went back, they didn't remember me. So, some good stuff though, some really cool stuff. But mostly keto. Protein was not like high up on the list. It was probably more accidental protein stuff, like you know how some of the keto-friendly cheese-based is naturally high in protein anyway. That's
Yeah.
So it only came. There was no like protein. One bar was there and Quest was there, but those were the only ones that I guess were really like main ones.
Simon says citrate, right on. Helps with oxalate levels if you're prone to kidney stones. Absolutely. I would agree with that. That's a good point I didn't mention. Thanks, Simon. Chris, gotta run, boys. Catch the replay. Thank you for the live. You're welcome. Thank you for always tuning in, Chris. We appreciate it. And we are aghast, Shane. You are eating something that is not McDonald's or IHOP.
I had IHOP. No, but dude, this was free. Don't forget that. These were free snacks.
No, I think they were
Free
talking
food.
about the bar you were just eating right now. Just a second ago.
Oh, he's eating some. Oh, okay. Again, those free. You don't. I like McDonald's, but if you give me something that's like not as good but free,
Yeah.
dude, it's free. Be mindful. Always take the free stuff. Never. Always appreciate it.
Sup Talk Radio. Can't wait to see you in all October to give you the bird in person. Well, Shane had a habit the past couple of times when he hops on the live. He just walks in, just rolling the middle fingers to everybody. Can you do that again, Shane? Like you did right when you hopped on?
No, it's a welcome and a goodbye. I can't do it in the middle because then overuse makes it not appreciated. So,
Okay.
yeah. But just wait till the end.
All right, and then stick around. That's the teaser for the end. Stick around and you can see Shane roll us out with an endless stream of middle fingers.
Yeah.
Anonymously synonymous. Robbie, funny your eyes are closed when it comes to the conflict in Palestine, where you support Israel. Blah. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's no problem, Robert. But like, listen, if we're transparent, we're transparent. I saw the question. I actually liked that it came up. I'll answer it very, very briefly. It's fine. No problem at all. Don't delete it. No, my eyes are never closed on a conflict in Israel. If you're implying by the fact that I'm Jewish, yes, I am. And even more than that, I'm actually an Israeli citizen who lived there for about 4 or 5 years. But unlike anonymously synonymous, my name is not anonymous and not synonymous. My name is actually Robik. You can find out my last name. And I don't hide behind anything. So I'm very, very transparent. And I'm even going to ask you a question since I don't know who the hell you are. Anytime there is a loss of innocent lives, it's not okay. I will not get into discussion on the land of Palestine and Israel. I have lots, not that I have to justify, Muslim friends, and they know my stance on it. And I think when somebody's bringing up any atrocities or any killing or genocide of anyone, and then we're talking right now about Ukraine. Yes, I was born there. Yes, it's my country. I'm a proud Ukrainian Jew. And what's going on right now in that particular country and how it was invaded and what's going on will never be okay with me or anyone in the right state of mind. What's going on in Israel and Palestine, I don't condone anyone losing their lives. I don't condone killing of innocent people. We could go on and on and on about the things that Israelis have done that I don't agree with, but nor will I ever agree with bombing of buses and killing innocent people as well in Israel. I always believe that the conflict should be resolved peacefully and then at the table, not, behind weapons and anything that takes people's lives, innocent people's lives on either side, whether it's Palestinian or Israeli. So before saying that I'm closing my eyes to it, no, I don't close my eyes to it. And no, I'm not okay with it. Just like any normal human being, not just Israeli or Palestinian should be. I'm not going to answer another question that's going to be a follow-up, if it's going to be, unless you actually show your name and say who you are, and we can have a valid discussion. But other than that, we could go on and on and on and talk about the situation in Africa, but you're probably not going to be talking about that too, where innocent people are dying on a daily basis. Every person cares about their country. There was something that came up in a conversation with Shane where I forgot to do something, and I apologize for that. And the first thing that he said to me, he says that, when his daughter is crying or something like that, he's very, very worried and concerned as a parent. And he couldn't imagine what would have happened if his country was invaded. So I'm going to use the very same thing. Ukraine is close to my heart. I would imagine that Palestine is close to your heart. And if you lost any relatives, family, friends, or people that you care about, my condolences, and I'm very, very sorry for it. But nevertheless, I'm discussing right now country where I was born, where my grandfather is buried, and where my ancestors are from. And yes, that has to do with me, and it's close to my heart. So let's not get into politics again, because I simply will not discuss it again. Thank you.
Well said, Robbie. And I know Anonymous has commented before on the podcast, but this has been weeks, if not months. So I find it kind of weak that you're going to come in and kind of anonymously attack somebody or throw some accusations when you're not a regular participant or commenter on the podcast. So.
And that's fine. That's the reason why I decided to answer, but I'm going to answer only once. If he asks again, you can delete it by all means. I said what I had to say.
I appreciate it. Nick, hey, I'm here. What's up, guys? What's going on, Nick? How's everything in your neck of the woods?
Hey, Nick.
All right, transitioning.
This does not taste as nice as I thought it was going to taste.
What is that, G Fuel?
Yes, there.
It's blending in with the jam. Put it in front of your body for a second. There you go.
PewDiePie.
What's a PewDiePie?
Excuse me, you don't know who PewDiePie is?
No.
You crock-wearing old bastard. What is wrong with you? Lukasz knows who PewDiePie is. He's like 4 hours away from him. He's in Sweden. He's the most famous YouTuber ever.
Is he more famous than The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube he's probably...
I would actually think he's value-wise, I mean, I'm not... He doesn't... Compared to how much work, or like how much he does compared to what The Rock does,
Yeah.
that dude's insane. How do you not know who PewDiePie is? Anyway, he's like a streamer. He teamed up with G Fuel. It's that lingonberry, which is like a very popular Swedish berry.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
It's
hadn't
so
tried it
good.
before. The berry or this? Because this is...
Fuck that drink. The lingonberry.
No, but I've had other flavors of theirs that I really like the Sonic one, the peach rings I just had. That was really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, this was the only one lying around. So
Did you guys ever had the lingonberry jelly or lingonberry
dude, lingonberry I think is like
Right.
Nordic, and that's about it. Maybe a bit of you guys. It's
I'll get a Ghost Rider.
It's like it's like a cranberry in Poland. We're like
tastes
we
like
like-
this.
we are like the land of cranberry and honey.
I tell you, I met up with the Olymp guys. They came over from Poland.
Oh yeah,
There
man.
you go.
They're having a good old time. They went to the Arnold, then they went to Expo West. They were like, I think they were having like a time, like a holiday kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like in between, they were like, "Oh, it's gone by so fast. We have to go back." Because they were telling me about going to FIBO and potentially, and then going back to Poland and stuff like that. But it's cool to kind of see international guys make their way out there, all the way from Poland.
Yeah.
Scott McNally, Think Big Bodybuilding
Okay.
Media. What's up, guys? Just tuning in for a minute. Well, stay along for just a little bit longer than a minute if you can, Scott. Hope you're having a great show.
Stay for two.
Stay for
as good
at
as
least 2 minutes. It gets
it's
exponentially
about as good as it
better
gets.
with each minute
Yeah.
that passes.
I don't know about that. Exponentially is pretty big.
I want to use
Well, I mean, when
this-
you're starting out like this, I mean, I can just...
Well, we
Oh,
started
no.
out with Lucas's dick, so it's,
1 second to say one thing. I just want to congratulate Scott because he just got married. So all the best, Scott, from the entire team. Of the-
good luck.
Welcome to the club. I'm 12 years in.
5. Yes, 5.
5. There you go. Robbie, how long have you and Marina been married?
Same age as Shane.
Too long.
You haven't been
Yeah.
married for 34 years. What are you talking about?
I was waiting for him to respond, but he's so fucking high on sugar and shit that he doesn't realize crap.
There's no sugar in any of this stuff.
What
It's
about
caffeine.
the Oh, okay.
No, that cake was added sugar. I mean, there was obviously naturally occurring sugars, but it was no added sugar.
Shit. Robert, I think you got me in deep shit right now. We are about
17 years?
five days from anniversary. So, holy fuck.
Better get working on that anniversary gift.
20
Just
years.
say it's my biggest.
Yeah.
And that way you can like be like, if it's big, and you can be like, if it's just a regular one, you just be like, but it is our biggest because it's it's our oldest.
Cake was probably hidden in Matroshka or something, right?
We're celebrating all these anniversaries, and Lucas has just got these good morning boners and random fucking stiffies during the day.
Oh yeah, man. Bro, I'm just being transparent. So
Well, we'll send Robbie a few bottles of Flight so he can make sure he's up to task on anniversary night. That's
Lucas can just put a ring on his own finger.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a few boxes.
all. Well, no, your wife's a pharmacist. I mean, she's probably got a whole stash of stuff that you can just whip out of the closet when you need something. You know, she just starts dishing it out like over, man. You can.
I take that as a multivitamin on a daily basis.
Is there a certain brand of rhodiola I should look for?
Rodeo Prime. That's the only one I know of. But
I mean,
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure-
latest trademark one, but it's standardized for 6% salidrosides. So salidroside is the one that's supposed to be more like the ass-kicking alkaloid that was really energizing. But if you go back and you look at the research of all the stuff that's been done on rhodiola extracts as far as exercise, performance, cognitive enhancement after sleep deprivation, those kind of things, or physical and mental stressors, it's the ratio of 3% salidrosides to 1 or 2% rosinins. So that's the form that I typically like, is the 3% rosinins, 2% salidrosides. That's the form that Robbie uses, or the standardization that Robbie uses in the Apollon products. That's the one that's been studied the most. I'm not saying the 6% salidroside from Rodeo Prime is not effective. I'm just saying my personal preference is that, and I haven't used Rodeo Prime enough in isolation. I've used it as part of other ingredients in a pre-workout supplement or a nootropic,
sure.
but I haven't used it standalone.
It's one of the only ones I know of. That's really it.
Yeah. There's one SHR-5. There's also Rodeo 5 Plus. That's another branded one. These just don't get as much traction because there's not
Oh,
as
dude,
new.
I was at Expo West. There were these ingredients, like, just never heard of half of them, and like companies like Rip Factor. I don't know. I thought it was from like just a lone company, but it's from like an ingredient house, like Compound and stuff.
Yeah,
And then you
PLT Health,
see-
I think, is who does Rip Factor.
Yeah, and you see their list of ingredients, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like, I know half, but I don't know the other half. There are a couple out there that I just stumbled across, and Verisol, the beauty ingredient.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
coming
the
in
sto-
something.
Do you know the story behind them?
No, I don't.
So, I ran into them because I saw Tendo for it. What's the other one they do? They do a whole bunch of collagen-based things. and
Collagen
Verisol
2
is one of them.
excess, collagen. Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked them, I said, hey, how long have you guys been around? They're like 135 years. And I was like, bullshit. And he was like, no. So they originally started as a gelatin company. They are a gelatin company that makes just gelatin. So they have gelatin manufacturing facilities all over the world. And they only just started, were like, well, since we're producing this stuff, why don't we produce... And then they got into the ingredient side of things. And for the last 15 years, they started doing Tendo for it. There was a whole bunch. There was a whole list, all collagen-based gelatin kind of things, and Verisol was one of them. And they all just kind of spurred on over the last 15 years. And I was like, damn. And so they have their own facilities, so they produce all of the ingredients, and they're internationally located. So they already fit in with the regulations in Europe, that they have a facility in America, and they have... I was just like, wow. I thought it was crazy. Because I thought Verisol was from, I don't know, just... Again, a lone company,
Yeah.
but no, they're part of, pretty much a collagen gelatin house manufacturing facility. Giant company, though. Little bit of knowledge there.
Insider info. That's the
Yeah,
bleeding
man.
edge info you bring us, Shane.
Well, this was just me being like, how long you been around? Like 135 years. I was like, bullshit. And then he explained to me, and I was like, oh, okay. So they weren't ingredients until recently.
Brooke, shameless plug for the Patreon. Articles so far have covered a wide breadth, including that rhodiola question. Thank you, Brooke, for the shameless plug and for being a patron. It's much appreciated. And there's all kinds of fun articles and insider stuff that you guys can ask me if you decide to check out the Patreon, which is linked below.
Do you get free dick pics?
Can't give you that secret. You got to sign up and see.
Whoa. Is it cancel any time? Because I don't want to sign up for 2 months.
Cancel anytime, or you get a small discount if you sign up for a year.
Yeah, but you'll find out in that first month if there's dick pics or not, guys. So don't worry.
That's the wrong thing. It's been really busy with the brands. Fast growth, always running. That's good to hear, Nick. Excellent to hear. Lukasz, you've tried every chemical under the sun. Do you have a particular favorite standardization of rhodiola?
Nope.
Nice and simple answer. I mean, I just buy the caps off of off NutriCost off Amazon. That's the 1% standardization. Good quality. Gets the job done, and rhodiola does so many cool things in the brain. It's fascinating. I love it. One of my favorite ingredients.
I remember we discussed the rhodiola plenty of times on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I also remember that you mentioned like a few times that it depends what you're looking for, because as you said, there's like plenty of standardization and alkaloids that you can find in rhodiola. So it depends what you're looking for, and based on that, you're like, you need to search for a perfect match that will be good for you. So as Shane said, there's like Rhodio Prime. It is standardized for different alkaloids, and you can also get like other alkaloids from another standardization. So as you said, it depends on your preference as well of what you want to get from.
Yeah, and there's also a pretty wide range of dosing that can be used for it, like 200 milligrams, I think, up to 600 milligrams. I think is the upper end of the spectrum wherever it's been studied. It might be a little bit higher than that, but I know 100 milligrams of the 3% salitricides, 2% rosavins is, I think, is the lowest effective dose that's been studied. And it's gone up to 640, 650, something like that. Brooke, Robert running the OnlyFans of the sup industry. Very soon.
I mean, you can always run
page up.
stuff, but it doesn't mean it's successful, right?
Hey,
Rob me the right way.
you get the up close and personal treatment from me on the OnlyFans page. Muscle and bones.
Sponsored by Horny Goatweed.
Yes. Muscle and bones.
Oh.
I like Nootropics Depot Rhodiola Liquid, 10 milligrams salitricide and tyrosol. Interesting. I've used Nootropics Depot for a few things. I have not used them for rhodiola, though, because usually I just kind of assume rhodiola is rhodiola as long as you're getting it from a decent source. But I'll get some of the other fun stuff that you can't find. So I'll get Noopept, I'll get phenylpiracetam, Samborsky, which is the Eroxalin thing. I will definitely get from Nootropics Depot.
Logan, did you try the amoxicillin? You know.
I have 90% of their website. Yeah, Logan. So have you tried the epoxamine? Lukasz sent us that ingredient this morning to look at.
Oh, jeez. How did his pre-workout addiction go? Because I remember that was a pretty funny topic before.
Oh yeah, where was his girlfriend or his fiance was trying to taper him off?
Yeah, getting all like strict on his ass.
He has not tried epoxamine yet, Lukasz. Lily, thanks for discussing the rhodiola. You're welcome, Lily. If you got any other questions on adaptogens or other nootropics, feel free. The rest of you knuckleheads listening too.
That's not a lily in her picture, is it?
I don't know. I'm not a botanist.
Neither.
Or
I'm just
horticulturist.
saying, I thought it was rather weird. Not weird, but I guess, yeah. Sorry.
Well, that's how lilies look like.
That's what I'm saying. Is it a lily, or are we just stupid?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We have a botanist. There you go, Lukasz.
Lukasz. Of course he would know that.
I mean, he walks like 25 hours a day, so of course he sees every fucking flower under the sun.
All right, here we go.
I saw this or that in my garden, so yeah, we have lilies.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So Lily. There we go.
You know, Lukasz, the topic of steps came up. I can't remember which brand I was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't even know why we talked about it. So we were talking about just walking on an average day, and I said, "Do you know that guy Lukasz walks 55,000 fucking steps a day?" And they were like, "How many did you?" I walked the entire Expo West floor, and I did 14,000, and my hips were just broken. I couldn't even fucking walk. I woke up the next day, and I was like, "Oh damn, I gotta do some more." And that was 15,000. You did almost 4 times that, and I was walking for like 3 hours. The shit, man. How do you fit? What do you do?
Bro, when I woke up, I already have like 20,000 steps.
Yeah, I think so. I don't understand. Do you just like shake in your sleep a lot or something? What's going on there?
Yeah, when I sleep, I walk.
Maybe that's it, because you wake up with the morning wood. Maybe like you do something in your sleep and you just don't know it.
Nah, man, bro, when I woke up in the morning,
Because that'll get you some steps, man. That'll get you some steps.
it's like 5. I go downstairs and I walk for like 2 hours. And
I
basically,
walked for 2 hours and I wasn't even close.
yeah.
But are you just kind of like strolling, Shane, or are you like getting after it kind of thing?
I'm getting after it.
Getting after it?
That's the problem.
What do you
That's
mean?
the problem. You
I
need
was
to
getting
stroll.
after it. I need a stroll.
Yeah, you need to stroll. You need to like, do this like.
I don't think that even if I strolled, it would quadruple my steps. I mean, I could be wrong, but I was walking for a long time, pretty intensely. I just
Bro,
don't see him.
That's the funniest topic that we can like talk about. Because my friend recently bought a walking like the treadmill and the regulating desk, so he can walk while working.
Yeah, that came up.
Yeah,
Someone said,
and after like 2 days, he texted me and he's like, "Bro, I'm averaging like 15,000 steps per day, and I did all of my work while walking." And I'm like, "See, it's easy."
"Yeah, I literally cannot do that. Like,
Yeah, but
I mean, I do graphics and it precise to the pixel. So I mean, I also
that-
don't want to walk. So there's that."
Well, I'm wondering what kind of work these people are doing, because I've heard other people like Ben Greenfield has said he does a walking desk. I'm trying to think, what kind of work are you doing? Because if I'm trying to stand there, like sit and write an article or thing, like flip
Yeah, man,
between
I
a
can't
bunch
do it.
of,
Yeah.
that's not happening. If I'm on a conference call or maybe I'm writing an email, but it's got to be a very non-technical email, just saying, "Hey, how are you today?" Or can we have a meeting next Thursday or something? Yeah, I can do that.
My other problem is I can't be fucked. So that's probably the big reason. I just don't want to do it. So.
Okay. That comment could have been taken a couple of different ways. So
You've never heard that term before?
No.
Can't be fucked?
I love
That means can't be bothered.
Yeah, I would say I can't be bothered. I would say I can't be fucked.
No, you can. That's what you say. That's what you got to say from now on. Instead of bothered, just say, "Nah, sorry, Sandy, I can't be fucked."
I don't think that would go off well.
She's about, "Do the dishes." "I can't be fucked today."
Is that a New Zealand expression or is that a
Apparently, I
Britain
didn't know
or
this.
English
I thought
expression?
everybody said this. Apparently not. Huh.
As a follow-up to your question, Shane, Logan is off
Oh, here we
stim
go.
prees, now just pump prees. My body only reacts well to non-caffeine stims for some reason.
But is this by choice or is this by his leader?
The gauntlet was dropped.
Yeah, was he forced into this situation? What's his address? We need to get him some stems.
So basically, no assassin, no hooligan. It's not live.
Maybe he knows she watches this, so he's like written this to be like, "Yeah, man, I don't do any of that stuff anymore."
That's good.
And he's got like a little compartment in the floor that he stores all the stems.
No, it's from how my body reacts, not the dictator, I swear. SOS.
Okay.
Outstanding. We can also offer relationship advice on this podcast for anybody interested in how to,
I mean, we do supplements, movies, politics. I mean,
we
everything.
can offer advice on anything. It might not be good, but we can do it.
We will definitely give our opinions.
Yeah.
We're not
Again,
doctors or therapists. We just pretend to be them on this channel.
we got dick pics available. They may not be good either, but we can do them.
Man, I only put up stellar content. across any spectrum or avenue.
Arguably, a dick pic can be stellar content if it's a stellar dick. So just understand that.
I mean,
Just 'cause
Sandy's
it's-
never been disappointed.
That's one person. How many women are out
It's the
there?
only person that matters. She's my wife.
I said, yeah, that's what I said to Nikki.
It's the only person that matters.
It reminds me of that like fucking fat ugly kid where people were saying like, you know, you need to lose weight because you're overweight, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, my mommy says I'm perfect.
Yeah, amen. There was a saying that I heard. It says, I don't know if it originated in India, but it said every father in India says his child's the smartest in the village or something. And it's like, the theory is that obviously you're the best in your father's eyes, but that doesn't mean you're shit anywhere else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Only person that matters. I agree. See?
Depends if you got brothers and sisters, because my mum likes my brother better than me. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Wait. But your wife could be telling you not exactly 100% truth, just not
straight
to
up.
hurt your feelings.
No, but she
met
doesn't
Sandy.
so-
Does
she
she lie,
doesn't-
Robbie?
Well, yeah, Sandy's an exception. Yeah, that's true. I take that back. It doesn't apply to Sandy.
She might, yeah.
She has no filter. She can't
But
lie.
sometimes you need the truth, though.
I would agree. So, you know, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I see a lot of times, you know what? God, I could read some people, like, you know, what the husbands really think about their wives and vice versa, you know, the stories that I heard. But yeah, Robert is right. It does not apply to Sandy.
Oh,
If you-
that was actually what I was going to bring up.
Oh, no.
I asked a Polish brand about those Polish pre-workouts.
Mm-hmm.
the dark.
I forgot to tell you about this, and I heard something interesting. I'll tell you later. I don't want to say it on here.
Okay.
But I
Shane,
heard
this is
something
what our
very...
viewers tune in for. They want the scoop.
No, because I can't obviously say what was said, because obviously I only know one Polish brand, so they're going to know where it came from.
I say that Lukasz owns it.
No. It's interesting. Lucas probably already knows what they told me, but he might be interested.
What?
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Simon says, latest addition to my arsenal is Alpha Neon Darkside Onslaught.
Is that four
That's
products, or is that... Oh, no,
New
wait.
one.
Alpha Neon is one brand. Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Have you tried that one, Lucas?
Yeah,
I don't even
Onslaught.
know why I asked that question.
Yeah, I was going to say. What are you doing, Robert?
Silly me. Shane, that is the Apollon gym behind you. Have you had
It
a training
is.
session there? How have you liked the facilities?
It's pretty badass.
Yes,
It's
it
rugged as shit, which is exactly like my kind of gym, so...
Yeah.
Although
Old
the one
school?
thing I noticed is that when I work out in every gym I've been to, the plates face out. Like the print.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you have the 45 on the outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but Apollon gym, they're the other way around. And
Yeah.
even if I've stacked them the other way, someone comes by and turns them around the other way.
I've always been told, like the first time I ever went into a gym, it was up at FTA when I was doing some stuff with CJ, and he said the numbers always go on the inside. So I've always just put the numbers.
I've
on
always
the
put them
inside.
on the outside because when you grab the plate, you can grip your thumbs in and pull it out. It's very
or you can just
difficult.
slide it in. That way, you get your fingers around the lip of it when you're pulling it off that way.
Yeah, but your other problem is that if you're pushed to the edge of the pin, you can't slide your fingers in without the thing falling off.
See, Jared is a friend of mine. He's actually from Apollon, so he knows the deal.
Yeah, no, like I'm just saying, like I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just we're in
I feel
every
it's
gym-
more comfortable to grab it when it faces on the inside. I think it's just a little bit more comfortable because like your fingers like really dip in. But I think it's just preference. I don't think it's a
No,
big deal.
I just,
But
I
Apollon,
I'd never seen it. I'd only ever seen facing outwards. Every gym I've ever been to New Zealand face outwards.
Do you
It's gotta be
care?
a New Zealand thing because your water goes in your toilets the opposite way. So y'all put the plates on your.
Bro, don't get me
weightlifting
started.
machines.
What is it with American toilets? You have like an entire river in the toilet when it's just sitting there.
What are you
Like
talking-
it's so fucking high. Like there's not even room to make a splash. Your poo just dives its nose in as soon as it leaves your ass.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
No, it's not, bro. This is free diving. You gotta have room to flip and shit. I didn't notice this until like I got here and I was like, sitting down. I was like, my ass is almost in the water.
Is it that low?
No, it's like like the American toilet sits. The water sits really high. Like
Water.
yeah, the water sits really high.
Okay.
Like this far from your asshole, man.
Holy
So
cow.
like you don't even know if you pooed or not because you don't hear the splash. It's crazy.
You're-
And then
Do you want to
New
hear
Zealand,
like? Psh, do you want to hear like the entry?
If you gotta-
it's not that.
You can have the water, right?
Yeah, like from where I am, it's like you got a good 30 centimeters. He's got time to like do the streamline and boom. That's what I'm used to. And when I got here, I was just like, I never noticed how high it is. It's just like a vat of water just sitting there in the toilet. It's crazy.
Hey, by the way, do you guys, when you're like stacking plates on the machine, do you care how do you stack the plates?
At Apollon, yeah, I mean, typically we try. I mean, of course, like throughout the day, it changes. We still try to maintain it, but when the gym gets clean at the end of the night, at the end of the shift, typically it's 4 plates on each side, like 45-pound plates.
Yeah, I
on
noticed
each
that.
side.
Every machine has 4 plates because I've always gone off the fact that the leg press will have like 10 because that's where you can go heavier, and the shoulder press machines will have 1s or 2s, but at Apollon everything has 4s. And I felt bad because I thought there was some dude ripping 4 plates on the shoulder press. I was like, fuck, I suck. But then I noticed every machine has 4. Like every one of them is 4.
So at the end
You're setting your goals for the next day. You got to hit 4 the next day.
of the day, when you are cleaning, you're like,
Yeah, we're trying to put everything like in order, like of 4s, because because of the number of plates and just it felt a little bit more convenient now that we started adding more machines lately. But still, it's like pretty much the average is 4. On some machines, like I think on a squat machine, hack squat, yeah, we go 5. So on certain, like we have a little bit more, but at the average, I would say 80% are probably
It's
4 plates.
Yeah.
And plus, the whole thing has actually started when I first bought Apollon. It wasn't the case, but Robert, of course, knows Alina very well, and Alina is like very, very by the book. She's very well organized and everything. So in the beginning, we couldn't afford anyone, so we were just close the gym, and we would clean the gym at the end of the shift. And Alina kind of like came up with that kind of, I would say, system or whatever, just to make sure that everything is lined up. So even today, I mean, if Alina would be at the gym and she would see at the end of the shift that 1 plate is missing, she fucking completely loses her shit and she goes crazy. Like it has to be aligned, the machines and everything at the end of the shift, and 4 plates. But like I said, throughout the day, of course, they get misplaced, and you have a lot of people that are coming to Apollon that are visitors, and they pay a daily pass or something like that, so they don't know the system. So to speak. So, of course, it's not always in the right place. But yeah, on average, it's like 4. But it has nothing to do with anything. It's just kind of like a pet peeve, I guess.
I love the fact that like the gym is so fucking like packed. Like Lukasz will know when you go like in Europe, it's like a beautifully aligned system. You walk down the aisle, everything's in line. Aerobics gym, when you walk down the aisle, you can't walk in between the machines. There's no room. They're like touching each other. It's ridiculous. I was like walking down the aisle trying to get to the squats, and you have to walk all the way down the end because there's no room between any of the machines. And then like the bench presses were like crisscrossing. I was like, this is fantastic.
it depends. It depends of the gym that you're walking to, because for example, in Poland you also can find like gyms that are like literally stacked.
Yeah, I've seen some gyms, man, but you gotta see this one, bro. This one's like, this is what we need. We're gonna get it in there, and you'll figure it out. It's badass.
Yeah, it's actually funny that Shane has mentioned it, because that's exactly the approach that we have. Because I mean, we added maybe in the last 10 years, I would say maybe 10 machines. I mean, the gym was pretty stacked, but we added 10.
I don't want to live with Eric. He'll whip my ass.
Yeah, so but right now adding more machines and more machines, so we get to a point like when we get a machine, not that we need anything at this point. I think we have everything that we need. But when we do bring something, it's like Yeah, we'll just bring it in. We'll figure out what to do.
Is
Like
it
we tried.
the front corner on the right? Is that where a lot of the new stuff has been added?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that seems to be where like it's like a bit of a traffic jam.
Yeah, it's like right now, it's just I mean, we were thinking about a few times now about relocating and going to another place, but just like you will see, especially next week, because it's gonna get warmer. All the garage doors will open, and it's like literally like you're working out outside. So it's people really really like that atmosphere because it's very just cool. So I mean, I was really thinking about like moving the gym to probably like a bigger space, but everybody's so used to, even though there is no parking, it's like so jammed up. I mean, it's so hard, especially in the evening hours when the gym is packed. Like literally there is no parking, so it's very inconvenient. It's just that people love the location. Like Carolina was from day one. When I started talking about possibly relocating, she goes like, "We can't leave. This is like a pond. This just feels, those walls and everything. There's like a special feel that you can't get anywhere else. And we got to stay here because it's kind of like there are certain places like Metroflex and like Apollon. They just have to be in a certain place, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like pretty much like part of the history of the town or something like that. Everybody knows.
I never asked this question, but because we basically never like talked about Apollon that much. But is there any piece of equipment, or maybe like, I don't know, let's say like three pieces of equipment that you like the most, or you are the most proud of?
You know what? I mean, if you ask probably the powerlifters, and there are a lot of powerlifters that go to the gym, they probably gonna say the monolift. I mean, Shane saw it. I've never used it. It's not my thing. But there are people who are driving from certain areas just to use it. It's a very specialized powerlifting machine. I like that we have it, of course. And I'm proud of it. But to me personally, like if you're asking me, then it's a pullover machine. The pullover
Yeah.
machine, I was chasing that machine for years.
A
I
chain
couldn't
one?
find it anywhere. It's a real one. Like, it's a old school. It's probably 30, 40 years, I would guess, old at least. And even though we had a few machines that were a different color, we would just paint them red. That one is like, what color is that? Because that's not red.
It's like a maroon,
Yeah,
like a yeah.
so that's the only machine that we said we will not touch, we will not paint, no matter what. It has to stay original. So, it was donated to us actually by a friend of ours. And that machine, I would say, probably the most special to me personally, because it was also acquired already when I owned the gym. And, it doesn't take a lot of space. It's like a tiny little thing in the corner. But, when Shane walked in, he immediately spotted it because number one, it's a different color, and number two, it just stands out so much. It's anyone who is into bodybuilding and working out, he's gonna spot that machine almost
Oh
instantly.
yeah, it was badass.
Jojo, biggest gym pet peeve: people not putting plates on the same on both sides, either both facing in or out.
Yeah, great.
Simon says you can count to 10 before your log hits the water in New Zealand.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you get water splashing up between your legs. Depends how good your log is. Here though, not even a fucking sign.
It's just
even
gently
a sound,
cradled
it's
into
just-
the lake.
Yeah, man, that thing could like leave your bum and go down the hole, and you wouldn't even like it was there. It was just boom, ridiculous.
In and out, just like that.
I just don't know why it's so much water. It's just I feel like it's America because I don't remember that being the case in European toilets.
We like to waste a lot of stuff. That's what we do in America. We waste valuable resources like water.
Add faster.
Yeah.
Robbie, have you taken Shane to the chicken and rice place yet?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
man, do you know what I got?
Chicken and rice?
No,
No, just chicken.
chicken.
And Robert, now you're gonna be really upset. You remember that green sauce?
Yeah.
He hasn't tried it.
What
Oh,
green
come on,
sauce?
Shane. You gotta try it. It's got a little bit of zest to it, a little bit of spice,
What green sauce are we talking
a little
about?
bit of creaminess.
What
so
green
good.
sauce are we talking about?
They
Sauce
serve
that
with a
comes
green
with the
sauce.
chicken and the rice.
Ah, yeah, I can try it if you want.
Don't sound too enthusiastic there.
I mean, it's coming from a dude that wears Crocs. It's take it with. Although, to be honest, I saw someone the other day wearing Crocs at the airport.
Robert, I
Oh.
introduced him today to Sharif because Sharif does like meals and stuff. So I introduced him. You
I
should
feel
see
like he was
Sharif.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharif had such disappointment. He actually texted me about it. I was like, "So this is Shane, a friend of mine. This is Sharif. I told you about him. So I introduced him, and Sharif can like really cook. So he goes like, "Well, what do you want?" He goes, "Chicken." He goes,
Yeah.
"Chicken this, chicken that." Hey, just chicken. He fucking texted me. He goes to me, "What am I supposed to do?" I'm like, "Just chicken." He goes to
I
me,
feel
"That's all."
like
Like, that's it.
yeah. He was like, "How much?" And I was like, 200 grams. He's like, "So just chicken, 200 grams." So yeah, twice a day. I feel like maybe just saying like maybe we add some eggs just to like make him spice it up. I don't know.
Some beef.
I was
some
just gonna
steak.
scoop peanut butter, just peanut butter chicken, peanut butter chicken. Yeah.
That's a good combo.
Have you done
Yeah, it's my
chicken
favorite.
satay before, Shane? Do you like that?
Me
Chicken
me
satay?
personally,
Yeah.
me cooked it.
Have you eaten it?
I've eaten it, but
Like a peanut butter sauce that's got some soy and some sesame oil in there and stuff?
yeah, but I've tried a Big Mac, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna go make a burger.
No, I was just asking if you like that
Oh,
food combination.
anytime someone makes shit for me, it's the best. So, yeah,
Even if I made vegetables for you, it would be the best?
no.
I was wondering how far I could push that. Logan. So, Shane, if the water is so close, what do you do with your balls? You flip it on your
Yeah.
leg or some shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if your legs split too far apart, you're nuts again for a swim.
They're swimming with the log.
Yeah, man. Nah, my logs don't float, bro. It's all that chicken.
Oh, go straight under.
While we're on this topic, all right, I didn't intend to bring this up, but since we're on this sticking point of bowel movements, we took the halfling to a birthday party last Sunday. It was a little boy's birthday party. He was turning 5, and he had a Spider-Man cake. And so everybody knows Spider-Man's colors are red and blue. So she proceeded to really just eat the dark blue icing. And if you've ever gotten blue food coloring on your fingers, you know that stuff stains all over. So all the little kids at the party had blue mouths, blue hands, blue fingers. She poops 2 days later. The poop was blue.
That's fantastic.
I gotta wonder how aggressive or potent was this food coloring, because I've tried a bunch of different supplements in my day that have blue food coloring in them. I've never had a blue poop, at least that I can recollect. So that was
I even did green poo the other day.
yeah, I've seen that before.
But it
Like when
wasn't
they're
because-
really little, there's green poop or yellow poop.
It was funky, but no, well, your poo would look like Superman. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, it was blue. I should have taken a picture of it. I could have sent
Especially with that deep water. If you just straight down the hole.
Yeah, exactly. Simon says, "Would you try satay
I've
chicken?"
had-
Shane?
It's not that look. I try all kinds of chicken dishes. We had when we had dinner with Robert the other day. I don't know what it was, but it was delicious. I think it was like fried chicken with some sort of cream on it. I don't know. I'll eat any kind of chicken, but I want to make something fast that I don't give two craps about. So that's why my chicken is as bland as it is, because I don't really care, and I don't want to waste brain power trying to learn how to make peanut chicken. I'll just eat chicken and then a spoon of peanut butter. Done.
Do you
What
like
is it
chicken
called?
thighs?
What
Or
do they
just
call
the
it?
breasts?
Like deconstructed chicken satay. There you go. That's what I do.
Works. Do you do
I mean,
chicken
I
thighs, Shane?
Prefer the breast.
I'm a breast man too.
Yeah.
Never been much of a thigh guy. Or an ass man.
Thighs are all good, but yeah, the
Yeah.
breast is the best.
I agree.
I'm looking at my wife right now. I think she knows what I'm saying.
All right, for the viewers, this will be last call for any other comments or questions you guys have for us. If not, we will let you get on with your Saturday, and the rest of us can get on to doing whatever. So where's the next hop on your journey, Shane? You're in Jersey now, so where are you off to next? Or how long will you be in Jersey?
Apparently there's a lot of people here, so I was gonna go see. Apparently I'm deadlifting with Eric, but I don't know if I want to because I feel like he's gonna smoke me, and he's like 50 years old, so I don't want to get smoked by a 50-year-old man. I might just be like, oh, I got a sore leg today. Sorry, I'll do.
My hips are bad from walking at the Arnold.
Yeah, man. I walked 55,000 steps. I'm toast.
Hey, bro, don't discriminate.
Chipilla. Chicken leg gets no love? They're okay. Fried
Oh,
chicken leg
chicken-
is nice. That was my favorite
that
when I
was-
was a kid.
Isn't that chicken thigh?
I mean, the thigh attaches to the leg, but you get the drums. I think he's talking like the drumstick.
Nah, dude. I don't. No bones.
No bones?
This ain't Glaxon's flight. No bones.
No, no love from me.
Yes.
You don't like the bones
I
either,
told you,
Lucas?
man. I want to be efficient. I don't have to pick that shit out. I want to get in, get out.
I want them breast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robbie, are you a breast guy or a leg guy?
You know, I never like. I never actually liked chicken breast. Legs, so. I always like thighs more. But lately I've been like really, I appreciate the chicken breast a little bit more. I think like I kind of got to enjoy it. But especially you saw that with that green sauce. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it makes eating breasts much easier.
It's just, I mean, I know I'm like 34, but whenever someone says chicken breast, I think titties is just is what it is.
You know what's better than breast? Tenders.
Two.
Tenders,
I
huh?
was gonna say two breasts.
That's another topic.
Oh, that's the OnlyFans. Sorry, my bad.
That's OnlyFans. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Don't give it all away, Shane. Don't give it all away. All right, gentlemen. That is the last call. We've answered all the comments, questions, unless Sridhar's going to come in and do some shameless plugging for Shane at the very end. Then put a bow on the package and send that out the door. So thank you all for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that other happy horse shit. Check out the links below if you want to see my latest article on why Hooperzine should not be in pre-workout supplements.
Highlight it. There we go.
Don't forget to subscribe to the
Although,
Sat Podcast.
The last 2 weeks I've had zero time to do my podcast, but subscribe anyway. It's all good.
Yeah, there's an excellent backlog of content. People can go back and listen to supplements that were released 5 years ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Learn about the
Agree.
history of the supplement industry.
Shane is always consistent. 1 week and then like 3 months of not uploading shit.
He is consistently inconsistent. It's
Anyway,
excellent.
subscribe.
All right.
I'm
and
happy
if you're
that people
interested-
know that's what
He
happens.
has been researching the U.S. toilets, so he's been a little bit busy.
The best part of this podcast is when he's saying, well, you know what, guys? Only Lukasz is listening, so
That happens a lot.
I'm the happiest camper of all.
The guests, when I interview people, they say it too now. They're like, I hope Lukasz is listening. And I was like, fuck, I must have said it too much.
And I'm always saying, I'm always listening.
Sridhar, also follow Lukasz on Facebook. He posts a lot too.
No!
Whoa.
Oh,
All right, Lukasz, are you posting for Sridhar now?
Shooter, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro?
Lucas, did you pay him?
You just raised in my eyes.
Yeah. Now you're going to get 2 free tubs when we do giveaways.
I gotta send you some shit.
Alex, all the best, boys.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you for tuning in as always. We appreciate you. We love you. And if you're interested in having a big, sweet, fat discount, use code FINALSCOOP at ApollonNutrition.com.
Yes.
We will see you all next week on the Final Scoop. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes, sir.